You know what I was saying in the last video about medications making sleep issues worse. Medication, uh, sleep medications can make sleep issues worse in lots of different ways, and nobody tells you that, And sleep medications cannot only make sleep issues worse in many ways and create new sleep issues, but create disease that can affect your entire life, not just sleep issues, right? But what I said in the other video, like, no one is talking about this. No one, like, for example, no one tells you that CPAP, although it can be life-saving and it can, stop your severe sleep apnea, and it can also literally make you breathe all night when you have a lack of drive to breathe. CPAP, ongoing long-term CPAP treatment, can cause central apnea. It can worsen it can worsen your drive to breathe. No one will tell you that. Like, that's just crazy. And in a way, I can see why, because you're kind of in between a rock and a hard place, right? You're I mean, who wants to be a medical provider and let's say I'm a doctor and I'm giving you this CPAP machine because you have severe sleep apnea, but I'm going to say, oh, by the way, it can screw up your drive to breathe long term. Like, what kind of medical provider wants to frighten a patient like that, right? But it's reality, it's the truth. I don't know how often it happens. They say it's rare. I have no idea how, but is it doing that to me? Yeah, it is. My body doesn't want to breathe when I well when I take the CPAP off, to run to the bathroom or whatever. My body, I've literally observed. I've woken up. I've sat for a long time with the machine on and running, and I've observed my body just breathing like crazy, and it's like, wow, this is bizarre. This machine is literally making me breathe like crazy, and probably it's not making me over breathe. It's making me breathe like a normal person. And then I take the machine out to go to the bathroom, and all of a sudden my body doesn't want to breathe anymore. I don't know. Like, how would you even determine? Like, in my case, is the lack of drive to breathe from the Chiari, or is the CPAP making me worse? But back to what I was saying in the beginning, all these health issues and diseases that sleep medications can cause, no one will tell you this. Like, if let's say they put you on, started you on sleeping pills as a teenager, and they just kept prescribing forever, like they did with me, but no one will warn you that you can wind up, with all these health issues years later because of these sleeping pills. Or these sleeping pills can make these sleeping pills are going to make your insomnia so much worse until you're brought right to the brink of death. Sleeping pills can make your undiagnosed or treated sleep apnea much worse. Sleeping pills can make your insomnia worse, and that's true. Sleeping pills can reduce the overall amount of time you sleep per night. They can reduce your quality of sleep. They can eradicate your different stages of sleep, like REM. They caused me sleepwalking and sleep eating for 40 years. Literally, I was tortured, sleepwalking and sleep eating for 40 years, caused by sleep medications, and no doctor could figure that out. I believe they can cause respiratory depression. They can make existing respiratory depression, lack of drive to breathe, worse. They did with me. But you know what? When doctors are not willing to tell you this, that's a red flag. I mean, that's more than a warning. If all these medications can make you sick and no one's warning you, and when you are sick from them, nobody can diagnose, none of these doctors can determine. None of these doctors could determine that all these medications were making me sick. That's a screaming red flag, right? That should concern everybody. When I was sitting in front of a sleep specialist in absolute medical crisis, asking legitimate questions about these medications, they refused. This doctor refused to answer any of my questions. And that should be a serious warning to all of us.